Now to our other top story, continuing coverage of the Denise Williams trial. She faces 3 charges for the murder of her husband, Mike Williams, who went missing nearly 18 years ago. His body was found in 2017.
I believe rain's already coming down so far.
We saw it in Jada's live shot there. Hurricane Michael strengthening overnight to that Category 4. Take a look at this.
I love
feel like you have
watching
to play that
this.
Hype
us up.
You know?
Yeah.
2 iconic cooling towers came down in an implosion. The towers have been part of the skyline since the 1980s. A new report shows that crime in Leon County has dropped. A homicide investigation is underway in Moultrie. The newest piece of information we have this morning, this is video of the scene right now in Texas at that FedEx facility. The FBI and ATF, they are on scene. And federal agents say this package is likely linked to attacks by what they believe is a serial bomber. One was certainly confirmed that there was an explosion in a southwestern neighborhood in Austin, Texas. Before that, previously, there were 2 other people that were killed due to explosions from packages. So we are definitely keeping an eye on this morning. This is developing, so make sure you stay with us for more breaking news on this.
And we do know bomb squad agents are on scene, so they have secured that area.
Florida's Panhandle and the Big Bend, has it ever seen a major weather event like this?
No, I mean, a Category 4, if we do end up seeing that make landfall as a Cat 4, the answer is no, it has not happened. Someone tweeted me this morning and said, what about Camille?
There you go. You see the fire truck pulling up to the house fire right now. They just arrived on scene. Breaking news this morning, WTXL is the first on the scene of a house fire in Tallahassee. This house fire is sparking as we are doing our live coverage on air in our 5 o'clock newscast.
Yeah, this is along Buckingham Drive. Breaking news happening right now. A fire was reported around 10 o'clock last night. Is that correct?
Yes, and it has reignited. So they actually put the fire out. It's been out for several hours. But as we know, working in the news business, that these fires can spark right away again, particularly if this just happened a few hours ago. And I do believe Jada Williams is getting information from the local fire department right now, but we are going to stay with this.
So you were telling me a wonderful story, which is a family tradition between your families to meet here. So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, my aunt, she moved to Mariana.
Lively Technical Center has some great music for their parade. I mean, anything can happen here at Springtime Tallahassee Parade. Well, we're having a fantastic time. We're back up on the Morgan & Morgan balcony. It may be raining, but did you just hear the Gadsden County band, the high school band? They did a fantastic job. I've talked to parade goers all morning long. They've loved the parade. I've heard some great stories. And, of course, the beads and candy.
When you talk about a mental health condition about somebody, they immediately think about violence and unpredictability and that sort of thing, when the fact is that somebody who suffers from mental health conditions are actually more likely to be victimized.
Creating art is a place of refuge for Jim Russell, who's witnessed more than most.
One of the first cases I ever worked was a child abuse case of a 4-year-old. A lot of those things, being able to express myself and to be able to talk about those things through artwork and help other people understand the impacts of those things have made my reach a little bit further than just going to work and being a cop.
After 25 years on the force, the now retired Florida State Deputy Chief is focused on his art. Many of his pieces portraying his own personal experience of dealing with mental health.
Could you imagine sleeping on a bed that floats? This $1.6 million magnetic floating bed really floats off the ground and could be yours if you win the Mega Millions jackpot. It's now up to $262 million. Catch the next drawing tomorrow before our 11 p.m. newscast. This might be good for sleepwalkers, though, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you fall off.
Because then they're just floating and no,
so
you won't hurt yourself. Also, Powerball $246 million. Here's a look at last night's numbers. Catch that drawing Saturday night. Well, if you've fallen on the stairs sleepwalking, you would know. Here's a look at the Florida Lotto and Fantasy 5 numbers. We begin this morning with an investigation now underway after a body was discovered last night in Tallahassee.
Yeah, police are investigating that death along West Orange Avenue. That's near the FAMU Community Garden, as you see here on this map. Our Jada Williams on this story for us live this morning. Jada, what have you learned overnight?
To another developing story, this one out of Suwannee County. Florida Highway Patrol identified the passenger killed in a crash in Live Oak. FHP was called to the crash on Railroad Street and 147th Road shortly before noon on Wednesday. Troopers say 34-year-old Paul Free was driving when he lost control of the vehicle. Here's a picture taken from the scene. One of the passengers, 47-year-old Heather Bigliardo, died in the crash. Free was taken to the hospital in serious condition, and a 10-year-old passenger was not hurt in the crash. Troopers say charges could be coming. A 2-year-old toddler is in critical condition this morning after she was hit by a car in Taylor County. It happened on Cairo Parker Road in Perry around 4 o'clock Wednesday afternoon. Authorities say the toddler got out of the vehicle and the driver, 24-year-old Tessa Aurelio, reversed her car without knowing the child was standing behind the car. This incident is under investigation. Watch out for porch pirates like this one. Caught on camera stealing a package from a Tallahassee porch. TPD says Jeffrey Hall caught stealing that package on Elizabeth Drive moments after it was delivered on Sunday. So what did he end up stealing? A pair of red tights. Yeah. Well, police were able to track Hall down and arrest him. He's now facing charges of burglary, petty theft, and violation of probation. You may have heard the phrase, there's no place like home for the holidays. And in Tallahassee, several groups continue to tackle homelessness in the city, especially during this season.
Yeah, our Stephen Giumal shows us the increase this year in affordable housing, so more people have a place to call home.
Now, to give you an idea of the demand for home at the dwellings, the director says the waiting list is well into 2019, and that's for homes that haven't even been built yet.
In May, the warehouse closed to make room for more student housing. In October, Greenwise Market by Publix opened its doors and construction started on the new Hotel Indigo.
I have to say it, they're all banking on students. All right, well, coming up, Congress has come up with a short-term fix to keep the government open. Now it's up to President Donald Trump to sign the measure before lawmakers go home for the holidays.
Speaking of going home for the holidays, maybe you'll do it in this Lamborghini.
Nope, flying on a plane.
Okay. It'll cost you $4.5 million winning the Mega Millions jackpot. I mean, you could purchase one, live life in the fast lane.
Sure.
The jackpot now up to $305 million. The next drawing is tomorrow before our 11 p.m. newscast.